Okay, here we go. Adventure 5M Flashforge. Got that down there. Got this printer on eBay. It was a new inbox. So when I get it, and there's my box and everything, and I get it, and I get it out the box and put it all together and everything. It had everything. Everything's there. So as you can see here, got your spool on the back. It even still had the uh, filament that comes with it for you to get started with. And a couple of issues I just keep having with it. One, it never will update. Here it is trying to tell me to update records. It's connected to my Wi-Fi. And there's one issue right there, is everything is in English, but that menu right there always comes up in another language. Eastern. I'm not sure which one. I think Korean. But I will hit yes. And it will say checking and installing. And usually, what'll happen is stuck on like 2.4.5 or 5.4, whatever it is. Either way is the one that comes on there whenever I first got it. And I say update complete, restart computer, which for this, or restart printer, which for this is just turning the power button off. Then I'll let it go for about 5 seconds or so, maybe 10. Then I turn it back on. Okay, you hear it? Power back on. You hear the juices flowing. You hear power surging. You get Flashforge on the screen right there. Then you'll hear the jingle here in a moment once it catches itself up. Sounds pretty. Had me excited. Ready for it, yo. Okay. So, wait for it to finish initializing. And there we go. Back to the main menu screen. I'm actually going to just let it sit here for a moment. Because if it updated, it should have updated to the latest. And usually it doesn't. And that's a little bit of an issue. And I really hate that. May have just wound up, not gonna lie, like I said, I bought new inbox, but it was a open box product, which I've done that before a couple of times actually. I want to say with for my racing sim of TX hub, and I got the Ferrari wheel. Want to say that was an open box. I know for sure the T-Flight Hotus that I got was an open box for a little flight with some Ace Combat, some Star Citizen. And so I'm like, heck yeah, look for that open box and you wind up with something, and there it is. Well, I did that. And yeah. Sometimes it didn't pan out. Let me see here. Okay. So we'll hit the info button here. And so you can see firmware update 2.4.5. It was on that before it updated itself just a moment ago. Alright, so now we're online. And go to info, update, checking new version, and try and download on the library. Okay, there we go. Software downloading. Okay. And, of course, the same thing again. Different language for that. The little pops of English here and there. But we will hit Yelza. Yes. Installing. Sorry for the video being so long, actually. It's just want to, show it in time. I want a lot of editing and stuff like that. I'm already having to do one Update complete. Please restart printer. Okay, and we saw before I go back here and do this again that it was 2.4.5. So turn off, light cuts off inside of there. Give it about 5. We'll do 10 seconds this time. 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back on. I had a little green light inside of there. So got power. Now we sit here and we wait for it to power back on. Wait to hear the jingle again. Then we'll go through and see what firmware it's showing that it has operating on there. There we go. Yes. All right, so we're back on. This is after trying to install an update. And I don't know, it could just be this right here, your touch screen, your control box. I don't know what, this is my first ever 3D printer. And I wanted one that would allow me to do something a little bit, get some serious stuff out. But at the same time, one that's not so, one, expensive and difficult should I change my mind on it. Or, not have the ability to just come out and print like I wish I could, but that, that 7 to 4 Monday through Friday, and then it's trying to update again. I'm going to hit no this time just so I can go through the info. And again, still it shows firmware update is on 2.4.5. If I hit that button again, and then it checks again, there's new firmware version update. Yes. And we're going to do this again. And again, we'll do this here kind of real time. We're going through with the installing and everything, and it'll tell me to restart the printer again. So we shall do it. I'm going to fill around first to make sure there actually isn't a reset button, but there isn't. Nothing anywhere, just for the plug-in Ethernet right there, which I would love to have eventually because I love, some things just being hard connected to my internet, not just Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi will drop if the signal goes down just a little bit. But okay, we'll turn it off. Green light off. Give her another 10 seconds. 8, 9, 10. We're on 15, 13, 14. There we go. Then boom. Back on, lights back on, switch back on, you hear the power come back up. Yeah. Same deal. It's been the same thing over and over again. I've had it for a couple of weeks now. I'm probably saying about 2 or 3. And just in between work and the fact that it's South Central Arkansas and our temperatures have been mid-90s actual temperatures, so that heat index being well over 100 is hot. I have a window in my shop where this is sitting at right now. I take it inside, but I have 2 young ones with autism, and this right here would just be a play toy, and they would, no. So, okay, we have restarted yet again. Oh, it kind of looks like it may have dropped my Wi-Fi signal. Oh, nope, there it is. Okay, so Wi-Fi signal pops up. And I'm going to give it a moment here, since the Wi-Fi signal has popped up, to see if the update, it's telling me to update because there's a later firmware version that's out. Let's see here. Let me give that a moment. I'm going to rest right here. Let's see, but it has been the same thing, but this is one issue that I've had with it. And like I said, it's let me see. Let me give it a couple more seconds here, see if that screen pops up. But I've been really looking forward to using this because I'm a model builder, on the side. Been a little slow of late. See on the bench we're working Enterprise coming through right about now. On modifications, I love modifying models and stuff. It's just been my thing ever since I started building. But that's why I do. Okay, well, the update screen didn't come up. So let's see, maybe today that I'm trying to tell on it. Nope. So you can see there, info firmware update 2.4.5, still on it. Still on that. So never get the update. If I go to settings and I want a home, this is what I hear every time. It moves, but the bed never homes itself out. So never homes itself out, and then it tells me that go home error. Now, I'm glad I don't have that error in real life, because I would cry if I did. So we'll try it again. Always. Head moves. Bed does not. I have leveled this manually. I found instructions on how to do that, and I'm checking here to see if it is indeed a level, and it is all the way level. Go home first. I just went home. Okay, that's there. But can I, anything else? Tells me to go home. Go home. So we'll try to go home. But it won't. Each and every time. Filament. Do that. Let me go through, be sure. So I go through, heat up the nozzle. Did have a little bit of an issue, piece that broken off up in there, but you know, cleared that out, and we'll see. When I first got it though, there actually was filament stuck inside of the head, and I had to work and get through inside the pin down there and get that cleaned out. And that was the funny thing too. It was white. That filament don't look white. But anyway though, got that cleared up. So that was actually something that was working. Once the nozzle went through and it pulls the filament down through there. It is a little bit different, if I'm not mistaken. This is the filament detector, in which I believe that once you get your filament up a little bit past this, it detects it and then it pulls it on through. I have to push it all the way through to get to there. I've looked up information, said something about that screw right there needs to be tight all the way. It's tight all the way. The extruder is nice and clean. We'll check here. Oh, yep, we can see. It's dribbling down there. So filament is there, and it is able to pull through, and it's going right there. A little bit of a waste pile, but that's okay, because that lets me know it's working. that lets me know that right there. So that works. Everything works. She never will go home, and she never will update. That's been my issue with it. If you've got any, anything else I can do here, just straight out of the box, Adventure 5M. Someone please let me know something.